I'm one of the people that have been blamed with, hey, Brenda Fassie.
Because I was going there.
Yeah, you know. But the thing is that I didn't start Brenda Fassie's career. She recorded 12 albums before me.
You.
Then those albums made millions. A month after Brenda was buried, I went to Bongani. Look, this is the money that we've raised. Mom is no more there. You are the only one. If this money is not there, who else will get it? The boy agreed and then said, okay, fine. At that time, he was working with Lungs, Ghetto Raf, and then Graham Gilfillan, Abelung. Then Bambi's starting. But no. The money like with the account, le reserve with Chicco, the 12 million, whatever. I'm not Katie's friend, except that I produce her. I don't even have a relationship close now with it. I don't have, except that one with him produce. Or I'm not their friend. They know that. People can check later.
Lochan is sharp. Gedisa nathi. Kulo naga siragela phambili.
I'm very impressed with what you're trying to do.
Mina ngithanda utshwala.
Nathi singama community omphakathi.
Usefosile? Uyasijoya fosathina.
Journalists have been asking me what happened between you and Somizi.
It's a good day to have a happy day.
It's Happy Days on the podcast. It's either right. When I'm again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for subscribing. For those who are subscribing with us, some of the happy fellows. Right now, we see Zulik. Yes, I can't Zulik over here. Since I keep on the spring. Yeah, but spring is upon us. It's the season or the month of where kings and queens are born. Yeah, that's the chance. And it's a Sello.
Yaman.
Twala. Yaman. What do you want to do? Okay. Thank you. So baby njengekhuluma nami enengilimi umdala ongithola kanina
Into sakho now sengikona.
But hayi uthwala ngathi akuxoshela yini lo.
Angeke ngikhoshela umfana sekhaya.
But how are you doing this?
My brother, can't complain. All that I can say is we're surviving.
Yeah.
That's like family now. Into ibalulekile ukufanele usiphathe kahle. Sebenze nomphakathi, you know. Yeah, that's what.
Because I was about
that's
to
what
ask,
kept me going.
I was about to ask you, what do you do to keep yourself so fresh? Really, say chima.
For the moment, things so fresh now. Start must figure this figure. Young into it, the stats are. I'm fresh. I'm not fresh.
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure.
Ufuze manzene lemon, uzoba lemon, uzoba bhomo. uNkulunkulu uyawazi ukufanele isibenja.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's great. Thank you so much for coming on Happy Days. Because Dala is fluent now. And I know what you just tell us about, I know what you or Khumalo.
No, mina angizalelwa ngeDK. Mina ngazalelwa eShawela. eShawela number 1573 Chauke Street.
Okay.
eShawela, that's where I was born originally. Tamalami no the dam ngihlala la.
Okay.
Then around 1970 then old lady again the time about divorce or the move in the Midlands. Ugogo Region 4. Ngahlala la. Then I call the primary school yakhona la Midlands. So that's what happened. It took me late. I think it took me in the just after 1976.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just after 1976.
1976 to really in 1976 to
1976. One or two. Yeah, I mean, 1,000.
Angithi le setup yami
Let's set up.
yeah, le setup
See.
ngithatha kumkhulu.
Okay.
Ngingasho
Ah, it's very clear.
But then again, I just look indaba I know ukuthi abantu bakwazi as a composer, music composer, a producer, artist, and musician at the same time. He's done a lot in the music spectrum. But why I'm thinking all the time, why am I truly I'm talking about music? As long as of course, as long as international Bible university, because those are not registered. I had to see them completely.
Okay. Well, honestly speaking,
Because I think it's there.
look, I don't think. Look, maybe it's a fixed cut. But you know, I think the biggest card. So what is a biggest card? So I think with me as well, I think there will be a time where someone will recognize my contribution to the sector. And I know I did a lot. I mean, I've worked with almost every musician in this country. From Luma Sekelo, you can just. I don't think there's a producer who like that. I would introduce my hits with all those artists, and I'm very. Yes, I'm proud of that achievement. I'm proud of my achievements, and also and it's not about me. Sometimes it's about helping other South Africans. You know, you know with Spria with the apartheid and all that. And then Tina schooling is hard to do that. It's standard. You know, I mean, in our time, we grow up having respect, not that this one mind where we see a division amongst black people. Tina school is standard. And I still have that thing in me, but you know, that's why when I had all the hit songs that I would have actually written for other artists, or maybe but I was able to say, but let me share the song with other artists. And those artists were able to actually go out and perform overseas and all that with the hits that I've made. I think I'm proud of it.
Yeah, but the love of music, how did it all start? How did it start? So you just had a feeling it hasn't done.
Well, you know, music, I started loving music from a boarding school. When Geleza a Guyana, not a Guyana, it's a Wamalam school of us with Shingwezi. At that time it was not, it was a boarding school. Okay. No, when I KK saw Tamala Fanula, former Sundance coach, Ishmael Kosa, Edson Sono, Keystone Sono. You know, we a boarding school was more like soccer.
Yeah.
Oriented with, there was nothing about music. We never knew one about music. You know, Genes Kangen, one. You know, my voice being a you know, and then I think that's where it started. But when I was not expected from boarding school, I ran away from boarding school in Chicco, who was a principal. We farmed boarding school, it was a big farm. And then our principal at that time, and I think Eric Nkondo, if I'm not mistaken. He was the brother to the Nkondo family, yeah. So what he did is that they got for you name. Anybody in school I mean, it was right in the middle. And his house was somewhere. There's very good busy. Let's put it all over. Organic chicken, and then exactly. So there was a time then in Itima when I used to be sitting at a police school, but in Bawe, vegetable. But I mean, I think that's one. That's a police school where Mangakrevulu.
Yeah.
Uzokhawathela songathi hey man yazi. Hey, kudliwa ngiyazi ukuthi Monday, Wednesday, Friday kudliwa lembaweni. So awuthi ngizame isishebe isithi ngoba bekuzinyana nje ase then nga decide ukuthi yazi night chicken. Iseduze. You know, mara ngithi the chicken ndakuseya. Akuseya chicken yaka principal. Usibuyele zona nefamily yakhe. You know. So mina benginendlela yami ngizidrive zengasesigangeni lapha nje bese ngikhahla. Eyi1
Khokho.
Yeah, eyi1 bese ngicela ngayo then ngizokhipha amathumbu ngizoyibasela esigangeni noboya bakho izovutha yabona bencane. So kanjalo ke I think for about kulokuya kanjalo June, July lokumnandi. Bayangibona mangena lapha namajita abo KK solo ukuthi bana mara angesi chicken uthola njalo bani ngibrayini mnandi yabo ngithi hayi buya kaMalamdele yabo njalo mabadlini baweni mina ngibeka ichicken yami lapho ngiyashaya kanti ingwenya Curtis I think not Curtis Nkondo, I think it was Eric Nkondo, my principal. Wathi kunomuntu oqethe inkukhu zami.
Uyayibona manje le ndaba yenkukhu.
Uyabona manje the headmaster Silas or angizama ukukhumbula amagama.
Yeah.
Silas athi no man kunomuntu odla chicken every day la. Ngizochecka sizomtrap.
Machiki.
Yeah, some trap. Ake ngatrechwa ke I think it was around November.
Okay.
Ngatrechwa ke bangilandelela nje kuphela any movement engenza abantu bangibhekile bathi hayi nangu lo muntu lo babona ngiloku drive isi3 ngizise sigangeni mangifika lapha hayi nganqampula so I was caught.
Okay.
So mangiboshwa ke bathi hayi no so dila ngawe ke manje so na boarding school yethu iprincipal yethu the way because discipline khona befanele act discipline in front of you know assembly in the morning abonisa wonke umuntu ukuthi hey mawuganga you know this is what we do to you. My boarding school yethu besesigangeni baba isigangeni la bekuyihlahla kuphela
ukuthi uzobuyela ekhaya
akunakuthi uzogijima oyeku yabona hayi then bamela the following day kufanele ngiyopunish. I remember it was on the 4th of I was caught on the 3rd of November. So on the 4th of November I must be punished.
Okay.
You have to start.
That's what I call.
Yeah, so I must be punished and then I decide I got no. Ngidla phansi la.
Uyaslice iskele.
Ngidla phansi.
Okay.
Then ngavuka ngabo 3 am. Uyakhuluma besishaya ngama trunk tin.
Yeah.
Yabona ngapaka impahla zami lapha ngaphakathi ngithulile. I was 16 I think. Ngazikuka ngikubamba le trunk tin. Ngadaba lapha esigangeni babe ebusuku ngiyi1.
Manje uyaphi?
Ngibuyele eJozi. Ngibuyele angeke ngomela ayangwena beshaya le. Curtis Nkondo.
Uslice ungakashaya.
Curtis man Eric Nkondo.
Yeah. That is his brother, ne?
The late, yeah, they are brothers. And then manager ke ukuthi hayi ngithola ibhasi ngagibelisa linye olady Lost Richard ngathola itrain nakhona ngangena itrain Mangobe anginanyoko yabo up to ngafika la nge5 zaka November 1978
yeah yazi date
why ngazi ukuthi was 5 November because olady lami bengicabanga ukuthi hey long Gorisa yabo kanti lothola enqosi ebhara mangifika nge5 zaka sangazi ukuthi
okay
ATK ngisinde kanjalo my younger brother my mom actually was expecting inqosi so ngathola ukuthi akekho
you deliver
that's why I know what is 5 of November ngathi thank God ngifike ukuthi no angikwazi ukuexplain into ezinye so ubuzile ukuthi ngathi hayi ngicedile ukubhala lapha decide ukuthi no ngifuna ukuzofunda ngayo akusekho grand for mina otherwise no bengibalekele yona le crime committee le
chicken murder for
chicken murder mfowethu singasho njalo amara zona
spinning inkukhu uyazidakisa mawucede chicken murder 99 I don't know.
So yeah kwaphela kanje then you ask a question about music how do I start how my musical career started.
Yeah.
So mangisedladleni lapha then in January then I had to start now ngifunda isikolo eBupasnath eDeep Kloof. Kunesinye isigele bathi eBupasnath lapha eDeep Kloof. So mangigeleza lapha eDeep Kloof eBupasnath ezone 2. Mangibuye esigele. I think I remember after 3 months so ingosi yasedladleni eyeza kimi ithi man kunenye out man idlala igitara man yasogola le out le you know yasogola blind and by lapha ihlala khona by you know ibe eThekwini eDurban kwamasho abayiphathi kahle man bengicela ukuthi mhlawumbe share nayo iroom wathi no problem plus ngithanda music nyana uyabona uzongiqulela lapha nami ngizozama ukubhimba nyana naye so you understand
Yeah.
then ke le out le nabe ine then singathenga ama single bed ayi2 sa share igama lakho Sibusiso Khumalo mara se LA manje uzibiza Donovan Knox.
Okay.
So then sa share mina ne out yami so you2 sasi grand yabo section mangivuka ngesigele vaya nami ngwenye ibhethi guitar
Yeah.
then zobiza abo baby lapha
Yadlala.
lento ayidlale yini badlalele lapha esilumise kancane kube mnandi yabona mina ngiloku yenza ngithepha lapha ngiloku yabuzana.
Yeah, okay.
So mara abantwana bebephelela kuye bonke ngoba bebethanda
ngoba
yena
uyugitara,
abangizwisisi mina ngoba uyoculayo noma ngithi yabuzana. So kanjalo ke then isikhathi masiloko siya I fell in love with music. I realized, hey man, I love this thing. But I couldn't play any instrument at that. The only instrument I could play, they were my drum, my shanga.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
my drum. But matter if maybe I can try an instrument in my percussion because I can play drums.
Yeah.
Perhaps this could actually be a path for me to actually get into the music sector, to understand music. So, why I ngiloko ngidlala ama drums, you know, on my own ngidlala nayo aloku adlala igitara. So yena waba nenhlanhla wahlangana nenye out yami Ale Khawudi. He was with the he was with a group called Umoja. Umoja, yeah. In fact, no, he was with Harare. Ngazi mistake. Alec was with Harare, but yena no Sipho Mabuse bebe split. Then Alec washiya uSipho ne Harare.
Okay.
Then
wayiqalela umoja.
Then waqalela Umoja.
Okay.
Then walanda uDon ke boyi2 baqala Umoja. Then baqala ukurecorda bavaya baya overseas.
Okay.
Yabo. I remember they recorded in fact they recorded the whole album yabo in New York.
Okay.
Yabo. So mababuya ngabona ukuthi I'll be left out yabo. Ngatshela Maniko shini ngathi indoda manje ngiyapractice man. Yeah, practice. Then ngone yangichecka uthi no man uza kahle musi. Then yangifaka ke lapha naye athi no asikuzama uzodlala ipercussion. Yabo hayi ngwenya shem yanga opportunity that you know what, let's try. Let's try you in there. Then ngaqala ke ngidlala ipercussion. I remember cover khona.
Yeah, okay.
Nginenwele ezinkulu C3 sisesimnandi nyana.
Okay.
Sinengoma babiza Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
You know, popular kuma radio station.
Ayidlala lapha in Kansas City.
Then ngavela ngathi no scale bye bye. You know, let me focus on this. Already langulwisa, langigijimisa la enzani. Ngavela ngaphuma kulo. Ihilbro bayiseyinhle that time. You know, bekusahlala ingami la kuhle, kuhle. And then in fact now recently I was in New York. In fact New York reminds me of Hillbrow. You know, it was bengana crime, it was beautiful. So ngahlala eHillbrow. No Don saphuma lapha endlaleni sokusebenza no Umoja. You know, it was nice, but my focus mina kakhulu because when I grew up eDladleni eDeep Kloof, I was a DJ. And my stepfather owned a tavern. It was very popular. So I was the DJ. So I played music a lot, and I understood a hit. Ingoma engazi ukuthi no, it can. I understood songs that can actually that songs that can bring people into the dance floor. So. I want to contribute sometimes go Alec, but ngoba ngemusha bebe ngangimamele that nakhona I couldn't play an instrument at the time. I would just say things with my mouth and cool and all that. But no, take it take your time, you learn, which is good. I think for them to give me that opportunity, I really, no one would have given me that opportunity. Then I decided, good, okay, whilst I'm there, I'm going to learn how to play instruments, other instruments, and all that. So then there came a disappointment where I think whilst we saw Moja, Ome to hire other musicians, could be band a solid much.
Okay.
I think Don Laka came in, Godfrey Cleaner came in, other members came in. I think it's going to be six or seven. So much. Ingwenya zonke ziblind. Ama instruments ziyababa kusho ukuthi kudlalwa kusho ukuthi mawu weak. Abakuzwisisi bakutshela ukuthi hayi no lo uzosiphazamisa lo.
So vele feel independent.
Manje mina bengidlala ipercussion mara bekunezinje ezidlala ipercussion that time abo mabhitho bejane kunenye bathi ufish yase and zibe Pretoria zibe ngale ngakobo Don Laka. So Don Laka uthe makangizwa ndlala athi hayi owakhe umuntu ushisho uyabona uDon wathi no he can play but he still mara bangitsheli
Okay, bakhuluma
yabona madala side and then but honestly speaking he was right. I was not as good as the other percussionists, you know. Don was right, and I can't blame him for that. Then I was replaced. I was replaced. Ngalengwenya Pretoria, but I phume lengwenya, and then so the following day, I sengibuyele nasedladleni edeep proof manje.
Indaba yase here.
Hey, he prepared it. Yabona sengibuyele nasedladleni. So ngiyala baloku bangaaccommodate ngiyayibona le nyingwenye ikhona iyadlala lapha abangangitsheli official ukuthi hey ndoda sakufuni you know, and then ngathi perseverance you know. I think one day mangiya lapha bathi sirehezi kanti sirehezela somewhere so yabona so kusho they now
Bakushaya ngomthangala
but ngathi then that's how I lost my job with the band you know. But one thing for sure I understood, because that time you have to be very, very talented to actually be in a group, you know, because wonke umuntu lapha began swim, and then but it gave me an opportunity to want to be better, to work hard, you know, not to actually have grudges and all that, good, you know, because I understood. I mean, most of the guys lapha they were experienced, and then they knew what they were doing.
Now bekumele nje ukuthi uzipolish.
Then ngaphuma ke lapha ku Moja ngakhishwa kanjalo. Then I became closer to Rasipho Mabusi at the time. You know, so ngavela ngathi njalo nje kuphela mangithithi chance ngathi kuSipho athi ngimncede you know ngesishangana kunengoma yakhe bathi Jive Soweto. Afuna ngimtranslate le yona ukuthi you know laba kujina wabona well he wrote the song but he just wanted the meanings and all that and then he was working on his hit song Burn Out. Ngimbhekile ingwenya mali okuyenza ngibhekile lokudlala ipiano ngibhekile ngithi yazini hayi la ngiyafunda la ngisesigela la I'm not actually going to ngimosha isikhathi sami lunch whatever uSipho makaya phezulu ngila angimgayi chance ngayi chance makaloku adlala ama notes you know simane nje ngidla ngibhekile
Ufuna
ukufunda sesigela but you know what inspired me is those guys abathe no you're not good enough so now ngithi no it may be it may be disappointing or maybe it may be but at the same time I took it as a challenge. No, they're saying to you hamba ufunda le at the same time angitshela nje ngayifunda mfowethu ambheka ingwenye isipho engazi ngenza mayingekho ngihlala kule piano yakhe le
because omunye umuntu beka give up
makangekho uSipho aphumile nje kuphela thatha ipiano yakho ngigibele phezulu lokubheda kanjani lokuyita ama notes yabo fortunately kunenye ivideo besishanga ama VHS yabona and kunene time so it's a British guy afundisa ipiano ama notes and all ayilahlela njalo kwaSipho mayelento aloku afundisa ama-notes yabona ama-chords yabona slowly ngaze ngabamba. I think it took me about 3-4 months. Then uSipho uzwe one day nje kuphela into ngidlala slowly lokhu ngidlala yabona. Then uSipho let me revive Harare.
Okay.
Mara kulo ne
That division amongst the
no,
members.
not division. I'm talking about that solo career yakhe as
okay, on the side.
and then mina then also I'll be part of Harare.
Okay.
Then I recruited some musicians over Jimmy Mngwani nani kunento abathi Jimmy Mngwani and then Jeff. Then ngamhlanganise the band. Then I was a percussionist there.
Okay.
But I didn't focus on piano because he had very good pianist. But bese ngimnandi nange percussion, bese ngijwayele. So that's how I was introduced to music. It wasn't easy, but I had something in me that ngisho ukuthi man, I wish I can contribute this. Even with Umoja, but the thing is that it wasn't that easy for me to come out, I say amateur, So, but I had an opportunity of doing things on my own when I break away from both Harare and Umoja. Because Harare angizangiqoshwe, decided without something on my own.
So we are part of group Harare nje, like strictly. Ngithi uyawa khona nje is part abo what's the song Harare lebeyidumile?
No, I was not part of that group le.
Okay.
I mean I was part of the Burnout.
Yeah.
Jive Soweto
On the solo side, yeah.
On the solo side, I was doing the percussion.
Trying to make
but honestly speaking, I think that's why I learned a lot,
Okay.
how to play piano and all that, and then to compose. The skill of composing. And so I learned there. What I was being scared.
Yeah.
Being scared.
The University of Music.
So
yeah.
the first song,
Kwaba hit.
hit.
But just before that, Sello, because I know there was also another group, Image, where you were part of it.
The image.
The Image, Umoja.
No. It's Umoja Image.
Okay.
The image record it.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, not as Chicco.
Not as cheap.
Image.
Okay.
Hayi. Ngabagibela phezulu. Bese ngiphezulu nyana bese ngihambala nabo.
Okay.
Bese bekumoja nehara barusipho bekaphezulu wethu all the time because he had our Bernard. But bese na mangena kuma shipini yonke indawo ngizingoma yami. Wonke umuntu hayi khala kuma Durban everywhere ama clubini lengoma yami image sithi mina nokucula mina lead vocal yabo.
Now I feel you take something.
Masingenile mos.
Yeah.
Saying now I have to put a band together because remember, Image is a band. It's a group. It's not an individual.
Yeah. Okay.
Then ngathi ngiyobathola apha ama members. Angalanda zona le out zami lezi omoja lezi ezingixoshile.
Zona ndivile.
Ngathi yabo. Mara you know what? Like ngisho ukuthi not in a bad way. I mean, I didn't take it in a bad way. Ngithathe ukuthi you know what? You
These
wanted
guys
the
are
best.
helping me, yeah.
Now I'm trying to be denying I'm the best now. I hit. Ngabalanda don't like don't even know. Sibonge ngashiyo all my ones. Ngashiyo all my ones. But join me for me image ke. Saba image.
Oh, okay.
That's how image was
That's
formed.
how Image was formed.
Then we became Image. Sashama hit nyana semnandi ngalanda no Benjamin Dube. Ashama nyama lead vocals. You know, Benjamin Dube noma kube kuyinkinga ngafuna ukucula. Hayi Sele mina ngizwana la ngifuna gospel. Ngathi hayi ngwenya ngena la. Ngizokwenzela ngamenzela ingoma bathi Holy Spirit. But for me it was like okay. Then someone so sebenza nabo Don bakuqoshile nabo Don of Knox ngithi no abangiqoshanga. I think that's the way uNkulunkulu maybe ngafuna izinto ngakhona ukuthi go out there, work hard. Because it's only God who knows what makes me to have a good heart with Ngbalande back. It was easy for me, but I didn't even think about how I was treated. So we worked together. We made man, we bought Kumbi's trunks. Asaba any band nje, we showed wherever we went as image. We used to like pack, you know, clubs everywhere, Durban, everywhere. We taught. I mean, we were a very successful band, you know. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking, Guti, the history, I mean, or the music, the way you're calling up to this far, you know, it's something else. And I'm sure abantu abaningi, because nangesikhathi usuqala any group yakho, you also work nabo Spikiri, nabo Eugene. That was later on.
Yeah. Look, I think after then, whilst I was with Image, then Yvonne Chaka Chaka came. You know, she had hit songs like I'm in love with the DJ. She was competing with Brenda Fassie at the time. Remember, Brenda was a big artist at the time. She was. Then I think the industry, Phil Hollis, wanted someone that can compete with Brenda at that time, because Brenda was untouchable. You know, she was coming hit after hit. I'm a big dudes. It was hit after hit, and then Yvonne Chaka Chaka, when we became friends, she said, "Hey man, come to my record label." Uzosebenza nathi la. Ngithi hayi mina ngigrand namajita ami image. Athi no zwakala. Njengoba we were very close friends, and I decided, no, let me go to share around. When I got there, the record label boss, Phil Hollis, said, "Man, hey man, we like your style, man. Can't you come and work with us?" I said, no, I'm okay where I am. When you're Foster, no Yvonne, you know, but no, try something, man. Then I started. I didn't part with Namach and say, guys, I just want to do a solo career. So then when I didn't even but decided, why don't you call yourself Chicco? Because when I go maybe it's a Chicco, then they hit maybe it's a Chicco.
Okay.
With image.
Image.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was about to ask, would you come Chicco?
Then why don't you call yourself Chicco? Then I recorded my first single again, Abantuana, produced by Ati Van Beek. Then I signed up with them.
Weekend Dance.
Yeah. What man? Who should lend the good ending now? Why is he hit 9 hit? My ngaba busy ngiwa ngatshela amajita ngathi guys man qhubekani makhumbinana ama track manje qhubekani nisebenze ngibona ngathi I'm just going to follow my solo career. That's how my solo career started. So I left the guys and I started my solo career. Weekend Dance was my first single. Then that's what happened. The rest is history.
So just fast forward a bit, because we'll be like touch basing, you know, talking about this and that. Yeah. I want to know, because I remember I think it was just before the New Dispensation, before we moved to democracy, there was a song where I released an Umzwake, or where you help Umzwake.
Papa Stop the War. Well, I think remember, I mean, I'm a product of 1976 Soweto uprising. Nabomzwake, you know, and we didn't know anything about going to exile if we retaliate, if we oppose apartheid. We didn't know about all those things. So, I mean, not actually knowing the consequences. You know, we didn't care about the consequences. So, when you come from then, so as I developed, as I become more popular, then good thing I could write in terms of the political situation. Why can't I use my popularity to now sing protest songs? Come up with songs that will actually help us end apartheid, you know? Then I was warned by a lot of people with, hey, you'll be arrested or you'll be forced into exile if you start writing protest songs. Then I decided, okay, fine, I'll do it nicely, slowly, you know? Then I just want to actually, so that we don't have to go back to the question that you asked, how it happened that I worked with Mzwake. So now, Then I decided. Then after my album, I Need Some Money. I was recruited now to write songs for other artists.
Okay.
Yeah, one. And then my songs, most of them that I wrote at that time, were banned by SABC. And the people was questioning, no, we can't play this one. I'm a protest. I remember there's a song that I wrote, but eventually I gave it to Brenda Fassie, Good Black Woman. There's so many of them. But then when after my failure to actually get those songs played by SABC, I kept the songs. Like, the time will come. So in 1985, after my album, I Need Some Money, I decided, well, you know what? Let me try and actually produce other artists, and see if I can get Lababa's one interest, especially the likes of Brenda Fassie, Yvonne Chakcha, any artist they were popular at that time, but most of them, they were not keen in actually doing protest songs. Okay. So I kept them on shelf, and then Mama Winnie Mandela then called me. I went to their house in Orlando West. At Chicco, you know what? I'm worried about you guys. You're not using your popularity. Because about you, they listen to your music. Why can't you come with music that will actually
give pressure to the government?
Why don't you start writing protest songs? Songs that will make sure that this government, adhered to our call. You would apartheid, and she talked about we didn't know Mandela, you remember even his pictures were we didn't know. But I knew she was Mandela's wife, So I met her with Zinzi, and then she lectured me. She even made an example in Bongani Gema. Would look at this guy in Bongani Gema. He went into, all the way from Durban. How long? There were so many things that they were doing. But Mama Mina definitely in corner.
That's very wonderful stuff.
Yeah, Sisonke, Mama. Mina vele. I don't mind to do that. And then the first thing I did with let me write a song, We Miss You Mandela, Where Are You? Right? Then I went to her. Then my lyrics, and then she was happy. She had a beautiful song. And then I went then to my studio. My producer at that time was Artie van Veek. This is the song that I want to record. And then Artie van Veek, and they said, what a beautiful song. But unfortunately, because I can't get to a play. It's of it is fair. Then I thought, okay, let's release 2 singers. Let's record this one, and then we'll just come with a gimmick for another one. We Miss You Mandela. But all the live performances, we'll just say We Miss You Mandela. Then we agreed. So that's how the song was created. So now all my live performances, when I perform it, it will be the other lyrics, the original one, the one that I shared with Mama Winnie Mandela.
Okay.
And then, so that's why everybody in that time, it was We Miss You Mandela, Where Are You? Because all my live performances was about Mandela. Then I had a situation where I was followed by the police, my live performances. Banglandelela, and then I think they wanted to arrest me, but they didn't have enough courage at that time to arrest me. Then I toured France. I was in France. I was on tour in France performing. I think I had the tour was called Frenchmo Zulu Tour.
Okay.
It was African, the late fella, and some good the sun. So we were touring the whole of Europe, France, Belgium, Then I received a call with him. We want you to produce Brenda Fassie. I was not close to Brenda at that time. I didn't know her. Most people think that most people think that Brenda's career started with me. That's why every time I was Chicco, Brenda. Brenda was there long before. She had 12, 15 albums before I even came. She was big. I said, oh, Brenda Fassie. He said, oh, great, no problem. What an opportunity. I did meet Brenda before, Sipo Mabu.
Okay.
but bekusipho istering that
Yeah,
time.
awukho that close. Uyambona nje usistars.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So I remember meeting her angstira ukuthi ngiyombhayela inkawuza. But I didn't ngizange ngithumeka wangitshela where to get off. So that time I was still with Harare when I was still starting my career. But when I got the call, but no, I'm still on tour in Europe. Mangbuye Dladin, I'll come and see you guys. Brenda was down and out at that time. I think they tried to revive a career.
Pure magic.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they were doing, but they couldn't come with the right stuff. Then Mangfia ngafonela Mama Winnie Mandela ngathi Mama, you know the songs that Black Good Woman. Have you heard that song?
I know it. I have a collection.
Yes, and Jail to Jail.
Yeah.
There's a song called when Mandela was transferred from Robben Island to Portsmouth Prison.
Okay.
You know, you must listen to the lyrics of Jail to Jail. And then Brenda is gonna sing this song. Mama said, no, she won't sing. No, trust me, I'll make her to sing these songs. Then ngaba nengoma bathi Too Late for Mama. You know, on top of that.
That one is
Yeah,
a gem.
just yeah. So ngafaka Too Late for Mama eziland, yabona. Ngafaka enye bathi baqake kilogram. The whole album was political. Yeah. So the whole thing was political. Then Mama said, good shot, try her. So I didn't want to push Brenda into actually singing these political songs. Ngaqala nge Too Late for Mama. Ngabona ukuthi uyaenjoy, sathi baqake kilogram. Then I came with Good Black Woman. She sang it.
That
And
album.
then you know, Jail to Jail. Then there we go now.
Hey.
So Brenda, she started it, and she was not too comfortable, but she started it. She started. I remember when she was singing "Jail to Jail." The lyrics were, they took him from one prison to a posh house. It's my old song. I have to actually, I need to,
nice,
in the old age.
Yeah, he's
but-
Pamandla.
need
Yeah.
that. So, they took him to a posh house. They said he's a free man. He's a free bird in a golden cage.
Yeah.
Those are the lyrics of
Remember
Jail
that,
to Jail, yeah. So, Mama was very happy, you know. And then that's when Mama said, I must bring Brenda, hlangana naye, congratulate. My album being akaphumi.
Okay.
The my album it was one of the biggest.
It was a hit.
You know, she was huge. And then, I think that's what made Brenda to come back into the scene again. That Too Late for Mama.
There was another, after those struggle songs, it was also after it was in Memezan.
Memeza it was Black President.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that, it's Black President. Then because I was busy with my career, she was also busy. Then after Black President, I want to focus on my tour and all that.
Yeah.
And then she carried on her own.
Okay.
Without me being involved. I think then Mzwake came then.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of
Thereafter,
violence and all that in our country, and between ANC and Inkatha.
Yeah.
Then we said, you know what, let's come up with something that will save South Africa. Then we collaborated with Mzwake Mbuli, and Papa stopped the war.
Because of those time, I remember people were thinking there was going to be a civil war or something in the country.
Then we did Papa stop the war. Then that is what happened. Yeah.
But Nje Tasilo, what do you think music of South Africa? What is it that we need in South Africa to actually to be recognized even, you know, in the outside? I see you've also done your what do you call bilateral
agreement.
Agreement with some company in the US to help the South African music.
I think our music always had this potential of being big in the US. It's just that as South Africans, we don't have that confidence. We're not confident enough. We don't believe in ourselves. You know, we don't believe in ourselves. We can compete with the best in the world. I mean, if you look at Paul Simon, he came here and took our music, and he sold millions with Black Mambazo. Jerusalem is another good example that, you know, our music, our beats, our dance can be exported to other countries where our artists will benefit in a big way. So I always wanted to do that. So every time I visit New York, like I had this annual visit in summer, all the time I'll go. I've been doing that for the past 10 years. I'll go to New York and I'll check in the system. But you know what? The Nigerians are dominating here. They are all over, you know, they're performing. Why can't I see South Africans, you know? And then, and when I look at Nigerians, I go to Bafagwa, Americans, those guys, but you know what? We're going in there, and they don't change anything. They sing it's Nigerian Sagubo, and then they you know,
enjoy
and there they are. And then I said, why can't we do it at home? And then I decided to, you know what? I'm just going to come here and check how South African music, how we can penetrate the American market. America for me, it's big. So I met few friends and then we planned around it. And then fortunately, I had to meet now the big artist in the US. I met Steve Wonder. I met so many big artists. I met most of the groups that I met. Ilabe Motown, which most of the youth they won't know, and then Bruce Miller, who actually produced many of Mary J. Blige's songs. It's also a younger brother to Mary J. I met there's a lady. Yes, I haven't met Jay-Z.
Okay.
I met, but the people that I'm with, they work like Bruce work with Jay-Z, and then I met Blosette. She actually one of the people that founded Tracy Chapman.
Oh, okay.
She worked with Beyonce. She worked with the other girl that Rihanna. She worked with almost all the best. What's his name? Bruce. Another guy is Joseph Bugsday, who's an entertainment player. So those are the guys that I met. And then thanks to our brother, his name is Ronnie Kunene.
Okay.
He's based in the U.S. He was Lion King. He's one of the people who actually played a very important role in actually getting Lion King a stage to be on Broadway and all that. Okay. So Ron actually got me this Lento. They introduced me to the people I just mentioned, and then they took me very seriously. They checked my work and all. They said, "Oh no, I think we can do something." And then I came back. When I came back for the first time before Nyamanjgo signed, I was happy. Then I looked at all my music. I looked at all the music that other artists did, whether it's Macy Pakela, as what. I said, this music, if we can revisit this music, you know, remix it nicely with American collaboration with America, this music ungavuka, because I still believe with our beat, the time is now that we can penetrate that. So that's how we actually come up with that pattern. But before that, we even registered, because we have a collecting society called Imbogoto.
Yes.
We collect neighboring rights for all U.S. artists. We've actually signed almost the cream of U.S. artists. Your Beyonce, your Rihanna, all them. They're signed with us to collect needle time on their behalf in South Africa. So what we do, we said now, some of the money will contribute towards development, where we'll actually promote South Africans. Overseas, by performing, they release their music. You know, when I'm at a radio station, so identify that will actually play that a lot of our music that we are going to collaborate with Americans. But the main thing is to actually make sure that South African performers must go out of South Africa in big numbers when performing in Europe, when performing in America, just like the Nigerians are doing. Nigerians, I mean, they're making big money outside their country. I don't see the reason why as South Africans we can't do that. That's why I am back on that journey of going there, which I want to make sure that this manifests this project manifest, noma kanjani, because for me, I thought, if I can, if our footprint, can be in the US as South African musicians.
That's the biggest.
That's the biggest, and for me, it will be a long-lasting legacy. For I've done something where my colleagues were like hesitant. Hey, it's not easy. It's easy to meet those people. They are human beings, but mostly you'll never actually get the opportunity to get what you want. You understand? Yes. So it happened, but but that the opportunities that as we've seen, we've signed now, and I can tell you now, as we're sitting here, all the artists that we're going to work on will break them in America. From next year, we'll make it a point that a big number of South African artists they are performing in the US. It's not for me, but it's for future generations, as well as the present artists. Our corner manje. Like I would like to see Don Laka performing in Carnegie Hall, Apollo Theatre. You understand? I would like to see artists like, for me, it would be great when you go to New York, but hey, New York, there's a South African performing where it's nice. So we don't hear those things, but I think it's going to happen now. We're going to flood America. Yeah. America is huge. America is huge.
That's true. But how, can you tell me how this thing, Ama Royalty, how does it work?
I don't know. There's all sorts of tries. Kune Sambro, kune Sampra, kune Kapaso, kune Impra, kune Tina Mbogoto. So it depends. Tina Mbogoto, we are collecting what we call needle time. Royalties. Like manje kule restaurant, if there's music that is playing, we collect from restaurants, we collect from SABC radio and all the performance. Yeah, I'm a artist now, Tina, I'm Americans now, but the bulk of the money, it must be for development.
Yeah, but you know why I'm asking, Tasilo, because it has been a situation with a musician. You find umuntu bege hiti kanje, but nini umthole bathi ay bankrupt akasana next, but umculo is playing all over. So ukuthi sadlala naleyo ngoma, I won't like precisely mention I'm a musician now, but this is what we see as South Africa. Nangu umuntu bege grand awase kuphelele kuphi.
Well, everything depends on lifestyle. Lifestyle determines your future. If your lifestyle is not ngendlela it was patagahle, obviously you'll face such challenges whereby you find you were successful, then now you're bankrupt. I think some of us survive because of lifestyle that is different to what other artists go through. My challenges about and then also to work hard as well, because you don't focus. I didn't focus on my music. I was in the US to sign. I always want to come up with ideas that will make sure that sustain whatever that I'm doing, in a sense. So I think lifestyle is the biggest problem. And then the sad part is that the very same artists who the artists who go through these challenges, they always want to blame someone for their failure, which is not okay, because you must take responsibility from day one. Yes, you must not actually be because I've seen a lot of people blaming producers. Like I'm one of the people that have been blamed with. Hey, Brenda, Fassie.
Because I was going there.
But the thing is that I didn't start Brenda Fassie's career. She recorded 12 albums before me. You. Then those albums made millions. And then when I found
so people think that most of the music or all the music is produced by yourself.
No. You can count albums that I did with Brenda, but the biggest chunk of her career, she was on her own. She was without me. So if there was no problem around it, I think lama millions la of the albums, and then they would be somewhere saved if there was someone guiding her correctly. Ukuthi imali yakhe inganyamalala and all that. So mina ngimthola ngana nikusho Brenda. Angaze ngithola Brenda. Ngimthola ngana Nhlo. Ngimthole angana. She didn't have anything. But what I've noticed, Brenda Fassie never blamed me. It's only people who blame because you'll always find haters. Brenda Fassie knew what I did for her. So ever said things about Kulmizi, I don't get worried because Brenda has never actually said, Chicco, you ripped me off or you took my money or whatever. We may have maybe one or two issues arguing about it. Brenda, even if she was still alive, she wouldn't say I ripped her off because she knows very well how I took how much. But a lot of people say that. But akusiwuye yibo basho njalo but nakhona ngizibuza ukuthi okay ubani othathe lama album ay15 awayenzile without uChicco. So you know so why don't you talk about those people? You know, I'll make an example. There's a young boy. Mina, I look after artists. A lot of people they don't know that. There's a young boy called Themba Dladla.
That's DJ
Walker. That boy knew nothing about royalties. He knew nothing about publishing. He knew nothing about it. When he was one of the most talented youngster that I came across. He was from Pimville.
I guess whatever that I learned from this man, somehow I went with it. Wherever I go, people who see me, somehow they can see this knowledge. Hey, yeah, because I got and I realized this man actually looking for real life. Time equipped to isotsha kahle kahle ukuthi nje yimi who didn't know that then
because nakhona kwakangeni clear wena mthimane deep wena DJ wakho ukuthi yini le kangaka oyifilayo ngoChicco Silotwala mawuthi okay ukukhiphile with regard to music but nje working with him what is it that you have gained kangaka ngoma you always speak so fondly about him?
I can't really point out. I can say it's how he does things. There's this thing. How you do one thing. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay. Yeah, I think there's this thing and he applies it everywhere. Everything that he does. I guess. Maybe he puts it back in it or whatever. Always or whatever. My man. But somehow it's something that has to do now and being engaged. It doesn't really matter what is it that you're doing. It's important when's
he came and worked with me and I put him in my studio. And then I gave him freedom. Then he made songs busy ukuthi siyenza kanjani la ngithi okay ngimncede lapho nalapho ahlanganisa izinto and then we came up with that album Sweet My Life Inakupenda and all that. Ask him the first time I came into the studio I gave him over 700,000 rand check that time. That time
imagine
wangibheka kayiwani athukile athi it was the first time. So if I can't rob umuntu ongazi nix, why should I rob abantu abafana bo Brenda bo Yvonne whatever? That boy is still alive. I gave him 700 and something thousand. Publishing, I think he made another 500,000. That time it was a lot of money. So I gave it to him because what I do, I always separate things. To the record, he said, pay me for my share, pay whoever will lend. I don't care whether it's millions, whatever, it's his money. So we paid him. That's why that boy will never go out.
No, we had him.
You had him in your show.
Yeah.
Okay, that's if that is the first person I'll rip off if I rob a band. But I didn't do that. So I'm telling you now, I still have records. The first check he got, because he was even earning 6,000 rand a month from me as a producer. Monthly. But the timing, I'm a royalties figure. I'm telling you, no, don't mix his money with mine. I don't want to pay him. I want you to pay him. And pay me my share and pay him his share. 750,000 rand, I paid him. Boom. The boy was shocked with, hey, this these are your royalties. Publishing money, I think it got over 500. He made a lot of money. But what I'm trying to say is that when people talk, it's okay. Let them entertain themselves, as long as you know when. That's why even now I'm surviving, because Unkulunkulu knows what I do.
Yeah.
What other people are saying, what Chicco, you do this, what, yeah, drug lord, for me, it has not actually hurt, because I grew up knowing what, no matter how good you do in life, you'll always have people who will just be against the good work that you are doing.
Not everyone will
understand?
love you.
Yeah,
Not
not everyone you will love you. So that's why it never worries me, because all I want to do is just want to yeah, that's it.
So what is your relationship with Bongani?
No, I have I mean, the last time I spoke to Bongani, it was last week when I was in New York.
Oh, that's great.
So we talk, and the boy was misled.
Okay.
The boy was misled by, when the mom passed away. Because remember when I met Brenda, she didn't have a house.
Yeah, like you said.
I made it a point that I bought a house in Senti in Batlu. I made it a point that she has a house. Because for me, it didn't make sense that a big artist like Brenda, Yvonne Chaka has a house, Chicco has a house, Rebecca Malope has a house, why Brenda didn't have a house. So the first thing in my day, that we called on, no, I don't care whatever. In the suburbs, before anything else. I made it a point that she got a house. Unfortunately, the house was sold by the son after her passing. So it's not something that I have no control of that. Fortunately, Bongs sold the property. And then there's so many things that Brenda didn't have, but we made it a point. And when she passed on, we also, myself and Evan Scholzberg and Leslie Sliebe, we raised money and we put all the money into the estate of the Brenda Fassie estate, over 11 million rands. After getting the money into the estate, obviously, the beneficiary is going to be Bongani Fassie.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, as the only son.
Yeah, as the only son. Then, I remember before Brenda died, I went to Bongani, Epatlu, when he was still a young boy. Chief, because for me, I realized, it didn't look good for Brenda, and that anything can happen. Just to encourage him to be strong and all that. Unfortunately, Brenda passed. And when Brenda passed away, I immediately called Evan Scholzberg and said, Evan, we need to do compilations for this boy, because at least the house is there. And then this boy will be on his own. So we need to protect him. Evan Scholzberg said, Chicco, no problem. What ideas do you have for us to assist the boy? No, let's come up with compilations. All Brenda's hits, gospel, whatever. Let's put it together. Let's release a lot. And all the proceeds, including some of my royalties, must go into the estate. So that this boy can have a better life moving forward. Because he was still young. And then we agreed with Evan. Then I called the brother, Temba Fassie, Bongani's uncle. And then I had a meeting with them. Guys, this is what we're doing with Evan. And I'm 100% sure we're going to raise that money. Because remember that time, it was physical sales.
Yeah.
It was not this digital nonsense.
Buy from music.
Yeah. So we sold. We sold. Fortunately, we raised it's a shy target here to Evan. Chicco, Evan, I don't want a cent. All the money must go into the estate. It's there. It's on record. It's not yes, say whatever. It's on record. Bongani, as a grown-up man, if he can go to the books, you'll see there's the money. Understand? We raised that money, and after raising that money, a month after Brenda was buried, I went to Bongani. Look, this is the money that we've raised. Mom is no more there. You are the only one. If this money is not there, who else will get it? But my advice to you is that invest this money. Get the interest, you've got a house. It's paid for. You've got over 11 million and more millions are going to come of royalties. Your mom's royalties. Make sure good to know the money was going to sustain. The boy agreed. Then the boy agreed and then said, okay, fine. At that time he was working with Lungs, Ghetto Raf, and then Graham Gilfilin, Abelung. Then Bambi's reciting, but no. The money like with the account lay reserve with Chicco, the 12 million whatever. In Nanga, Tina says Octolela, Imalending about Chicco by 10 million EMI, 10 million there, whatever. So Octolela about 40 million rent. Was more than 50 million. So I'm about Chicco, back bribe, I would sing about Subi, former royalties and Mamako. Now, the idea was not the money by Finobo Chicco. The idea was to actually use this money as legal fees for themselves. The 12 million. They want to help him because Babana the 12 million. And now, we were accused of all this nonsense. We went to court. No one succeeded in that court because I keep documents. I keep documents. If we get 10 rand, I keep it documenting it now. So the judge, I remember, but he said go arbitration. But now I'm documents. Why you want to go? No, EMI had documents. Sambro had documents. But he says Sambro. Mina and EMI so 3. Si sawubani ila machita la abelungu. Bayidla le mali le ntwana le. Bayishaya boss. Bayishaya yonke ithe mayiphela le ntwana yangifonela ngithi I did tell you my son. I did warn you ukuthi they just want your money. You will get nothing from us because we Tina when we do business we understand what we are doing. I take what's mine and whatever that belongs to your mom, going to your mom. So if someone comes actually because I told you they want to use that money for legal fees. By that I don't get 12 million. Bas batala. I think that's batala. Management fee, whatever the person running the estate is a white man. It's a white guy, he's a lawyer. His name is I forgot his name. Oh, by shy. Is there anyone talking bad about that white man? The people about them 12 million, they won't. They'll always talk about what Chicco because black people will have that thing, what you know. So that boy had to sell the house because it was bad. He had to even sell the house because of these people that I've just mentioned. The other one, because show they bakfuna makubheda abekho makumnandi ngathi kunemali bavundu waba ngamncedi manje if people are genuine why like me I've never helped Brenda Fassie when she was I always found Brenda when she was down and out even with Vudendlela I found that she was down and out she was in the streets I went into the studio with her and recorded Vudendlela she came back Memeza. She came back, she was very strong. So now, but when she was down in the streets during Memeza, no one cared. She was in Hillbrow struggling on her own, trying. No one wanted to know Brenda and all that. Then I'm tired and I'm fucking Magaba successful. Bongani, hey Brenda, hey, Chicco there. So you know we have a culture yabantu ukuthi bakuthanda ngoba unani. If you have nothing, they just so I don't have time for that. I've always said, I'll be there for people, whether you pants or what. That's why I don't have rich or whatever friends. In fact, I don't associate with rich friends. My friends will be the same guys being killers and having scared. Even my Frustana friend and noma nginaba ngikhulumi ngobu rich or nginema no
Yeah.
we are normal because I don't think money or material stuff it's something that actually must change
It's
who you
what
are.
we were talking about.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
If it's something nice and expensive, phethe umuntu ongathi udumile.
Yes.
That thing akusifong.
Exactly.
Man, why phethe rich kuthiwa faka.
Yeah,
Faka ifong.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because mina ngayibamba ibheki ye
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton fake. Ngibambe kahle ngifake la ngene kumoto yami enzima bazothi hey ushaya ngamalu mari fake. Ngithenge 200 rand. Yabo? Understand?
Yeah. Uma Chinese.
Uma Chinese ngithi ngiyabona bazothi Chicco igenuine.
Yeah.
Kanti urichi ushaya
Yiyo le
original.
Yiyo lo ngqo.
Yeah. Yabo wena ushaya ngamakoya.
Yeah.
But I fake.
That's just how we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siyajajana, yabo.
Siyajajana,
So that's why ngithi yeah, so now there's been a lot of stories about Brenda, Fassie and Bongani and all that. But that boy was let down by people whom he thought were assisting him. But those people stole a lot of money from him. And then they helped him because they knew what we had raised money that was going to benefit him. 12 million to I think it's over 15 million rand. It's a lot of money. For him, Bongani even now, if that money was taken and put into
some
savings, investment and all that, he was still living out of that money. Because even now, I can't tell Mama, he still generates money. But the advice he got from Abantu Labati, were there for you. They were there for that money there.
Hey. Yeah, no kunzima. It's Happy Days on podcast. Sinota Sello Chicco Twala indlela right. Umnyamande. Asithatha futhi ama chance asidlala nawo sezuleke. Pholile spring month, spring sicala la ku Happy Days. Mangithi ngibhekane lake yabona namadada lapha dude edamini ayizakhipha. So yinto esihlangane ngayo le ukuthi sihlangane ngobumnandi la. Asibalekele ama sad news dasilo. Usinyaka.
Yeah.
I know Guti, it was you going to filming now, where you met, where you actually had a reunion with Winnie Khumalo. Winnie Khumalo, there is this other guy, man, Putu, Nosnyak. Kuze kanjani to spane nabo whilst you were now focusing on the film?
Well, my film career started was Sinyaka. I think Sinyaka used to tell us a lot of jokes, every time Mauno Sinyaka befana ngehleke na kanja, but mina Sinyaka ngimazi I knew Sinyaka before I even started my musical career. I knew Sinyaka. He was a hairstylist. Because one of the top hairstylists. Carlton Center. Salon, I can't remember. They own some black guy, a Carlton Center. Carlton Center. Yeah, Carlton Center is they keep benzima salon yakona. Sinyaka used to work there. Okay. So all the ladies lapana, they will walk away if Sinyaka is not the one owns in we should Sinyaka be going ngangaro when it comes to hairstyling. Okay. So Sinyaka, I knew him from there. He used to do my perm. No problem. So now we'll hang out, and then also kulmama jokes, and so I knew him from that time. So ngathi man, tema singene ku malento ku music. What happened that ngahlala naye in my house, but bengananda yokuhlala Deep Loop extension. So I gave him a room there, being plumber. It was okay. And then, and what I got ngena ku music. Ngamfaka ku music. Wamnandinyana ku music.
Aphikisana no Brenda.
No. Before I recorded lezaka Brenda. Kunengoma zenzile ezibhaya.
Okay.
Before Brenda. And then, I did some couple of songs. And then that's when we decided, okay, let's do something, film. So we didn't have a budget. Then science of the budget, 7 camera
issue still budget.
Yeah,
know. So you understand very well.
Yeah, but So that's how it started. So yeah, and then Matlu put the same way. Uzegi mafuna ukucula. Angihamba naye ngiyakhumbula ngise kuphi North Gate North Cliff. Khona ngilongoka mangithi ngibona amazinyo namaglass ngithi hayi man ngavela ngawadonsa ngawabamba ngathi faka.
Uwambhayela la irengi.
Yeah, ngambhayela zona.
Awungitshela. Umbhayela amazinyo namaglass umaziphuthu.
Yeah, ngamfaka zona.
Awumfaka zona.
Ngamfaka zona ngambheka ekareni azilaha nangithi
uzoba kanje.
Uzoba kanje. So that's how we created Madluputi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now because I remember when we were speaking to Uwini Khumalo ukhulume ngendaba kakhulu ukuthi yazi I so wish ukuthi uTasilo angabuyela ku drama and film industry because a lot of musicians or a lot of artists at that time they rely kuwe yabo athi ma deviator or ungasaveli ngoba kwathula ungasabonakala athi kuyababulala kakhulu namanje athi ngimbuzela ngathi manje mangathola i-call manje from uTasilo ngoba ngiyabona useke release nomntanakhe who's releasing house piano. So ngithi manje mangabe uTachika ngakuvala athi asipane nawe manje uthi yo ngiyangijima phela lelo time lelo belintswimbi yabona la.
Yeah, no, I'm in contact with them obviously. I'm still on ngisabhizi nama-film. I have a couple of films that I worked on as got released. Now Madluputi, I just finished another film, My Dildo Divorce.
Oh, it's a Puma.
So. Yeah, it's a Puma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I think we've seen the last month. 2 months before I went abroad.
Okay.
Yeah, Sitretile. And then look, I'm still on film. The only problem on film, remember, Tinabisa is a DVD. So we just want to license them now. As you know, with the market is quite different now. Yeah,
that's true. Okay. Yeah. Now, all right. Moving to a situation here, Yagalong. Ulong useke right because I remember where we center for rehab and all that.
Look, Long where is I'm not going to be very long. He's an adult. He's 38, 39 years old now. He not, you know. Whatever he does, what is found guilty or whatever, it's his problem. I wouldn't want to actually be his spokesperson.
Yeah.
You know, like I'd rather be a spokesperson of a minor. But he's an adult, and whatever that has happened, Lapana Kelly Khumalo, he was there with his girlfriend, whoever. They should actually be the ones who give an answer as to what happened.
Because we all know that, okay, you ulongwe ukhrotuzozikhulumela, but the reason why most of the time it comes out in ndaba yendlo wakhe or what happened endlini yakhe kahle it's because of the first part leyo ukuthi kubizwe wena kuqala. So like kubizwe wena endlini whilst after the incident you were one of, let me just put it like you were one of the people who were called. Maybe mina on my side I was thinking, okay, Kelly Khumalo, I know to Usilo beke manager and producer obviously uzofonela umuntu onjengaye omjwayele.
I think
so people were like, why kufonela?
I think that's why ngithi when you deal with people who want to ignore something that is normal to do. But where ignorance is bliss, it's dangerous to be wise. I don't want to comment on something that, no, I mean, this is ignorance. Because when self, Richard, if your brother, so what's wrong with that? If anybody, someone is going to call you. So what is wrong in Kelly calling me? What's wrong with that? What's wrong in anybody calling somebody about an incident in Zagel Embi? Let's say we are shipbuilding Lapana. Ngifonela people ngithi kuyashala. What's wrong in me calling people to ukuthi kuyashala?
Angithi bona ba expect ukuthi mhlambe ufonele fire to extinguisher rara.
No, why but what if ubafonela?
What if ubafone?
Yeah, what if ubafone?
Ubafone.
Yes, what if ubafone? Why do I, because Kelly called a lot of people on that day. She called people from Senzo. She called a lot of people. But bafuna, so it's okay. Let them have fun. So I don't want. I don't argue with people about ignorant. You know, ignorant people will always be. And not only ignorant, haters. Yeah, I don't argue with them. I just leave it to them to actually let them entertain them because that's the only thing that they know. Because for me, it's normal with anybody. Maguvele tragedy. Anyway, if there's tragedy, you always inform other people. Even in Land, America, maguponya lapana. President ufonela ukuthi kuyabhonya angeke ukuthi wakufonela upresident iqala bese kubhoma it doesn't make sense
ufonela umuntu ocabanga umfona at that time
so anybody if Kelly decides good another thing I'm not Kelly's friend except that I produce her. I don't even have a relationship close naye ukuthi I don't have except that one ukuthi ngimproduce or I'm not their friend. They know that people can check later. I don't so why would I protect them or why would they protect me or protect anybody? But all I'm saying is that, that matter I think it should be dealt with when the incident happened. Because if people will be found guilty, it will be them. It won't be, I'm not part of that. I was not there. And I would go and all that. I'm not interested. Yeah, but I don't. But umuntu yaboshwa or ulongo wenza 20 life sentence whatever, boss. Uzobaboshwe agotshwele izono zakhe not ezami. He's an adult. You understand? Kunjani emhlabeni. Mawumosha suffer the consequences.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So,
you lay the bed, sleep on it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sello, for coming. But I wanna find out ukuthi umculo wena awusekho interested in releasing something that like really produced and you singing it.
No. That I'm not doing anymore except for other people.
Helping
and also
those
doing a lot
yeah.
of soundtracks, yeah. But in terms of me, I think I retired late 90s. That was the last time I was on stage. But in Jay, we didn't get a stage, Foguza. I into ngayekela wena Twala ukuthi
don't jealous stage me.
Yeah.
Right.
Uzame mfowethu.
Ngizame ngingena.
Yeah.
Ubangene. Angimele ungireleasele njengo DJ Walk.
Ole.
Yeah, producer lezo.
Tshela yena ukuthi uthubekala DJ Walk. Tshela yena akula. Okay wenza kule show yakhe.
Yeah, we had
nice.
Yeah,
he's
we
a
had
nice
him
boy.
last. Yeah, he's a very nice
boy and
very reserved.
Very talented. It's a pity ukuthi nje asikwazanga ukuthi siqhubeke, whatever, but ngoba nami bengibhizi kakhulu that time and but he's a wonderful boy.
Oh man, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah.
You've blessed Happy Days.
Yeah,
for coming with spring. Stala is spring now.
No, that's good.
That's nice. So I know that we are organic, so we have because so far umuntu ohlala lapho or
nangihlale lapha I will never even hlale lapha kuyabheda. I'm just there for to achieve my agenda there. Like my agenda is to see South African music exported that side, making money, and artists making money that side. That is my agenda. Angna agenda enye. That's why I'm in and out. I'm not even interested to hlala lapha because Lapana was Sodom and Gomorrah. It's not a nice place. Man ba kuruma with America, what do I Lapana? Akuna mpilo.
Once again,
Business is okay.
Forward. Yeah, nongivakashele uwe.
Yeah.
Kuzakhanya. Yeah, ngendlela right. It's Happy Days and out.
Subscribe and become a member of the biggest family, the Happy Days on podcast family.